All right, so now you have an idea for your CSI, something you're super interested in, but now you have to put the information from your head and you got to put it on paper. So the main idea for your CSI, just to think about real quick, and then I'm actually just going to give you a worksheet that you can fill in, and then we can put it on paper. And honestly, even if every single one of you fills out the same thing and puts it on paper, it's not going to be a problem because it's a very clear thing, and then you know exactly how to set it up. Um, so the first thing, so a CSI and putting this on a piece of paper is creating a business plan. I own several companies, and so I know how to do that. So the first thing is to think about your mission statement, and I would start out your mission statement with my mission is to help blank do blank through blank. For instance, my platform was Pay It Forward. My mission is to help people, which is not segmented and not generally helpful, do acts of kindness, do service through acts of kindness. And so that's my mission is to help people be kinder to others through random acts of kindness and being kind to themselves. Yeah. The next thing is to think about the problem and then state the solution. And on the actual piece of paper, you can literally write, this is a problem and this is the solution. Or another thing when you're putting it on a piece of paper is you can write, imagine a world where blah, 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 blah. Yeah. You're going to want to think about your target audience or avatar. Now, I want you to know you do not need to help everyone. You could help people who are transgender. You could help people who are in the Boys and Girls Club. You can help people with dyslexia. You can help people with anorexia. You can help people who struggle with suicidal ideations. You can help people um, who have grandparents who are dying. You can help people who have aging family members. You can help people who have siblings with specific needs. You can help, if anyone ever does this, you can help families and siblings of people who the kids have cancer to help those siblings. That is a huge need. Don't feel like you have to help everyone. It actually is really, really a great idea to segment down because you can create more change through segmenting down. You say niching down to blow up, yeah? You need to have a game plan and resources. So resources can include, I'm going to use my social media. One of the resources that I'm going to give to all of you is I'm going to start an email list for all of the teachers, all of the business owners, anyone who will sign up for the list that will be able to email through Miss Murray because that's going to be a recruiting thing. It's going to be able to say, this is what we're doing for Miss Murray this month. This is how you schedule her. Resources can be money. Hey, I have a donor who's going to give me $5,000 to do this. Resources can be people, mentors that you've worked with. I've worked with this person and they're going to help me create this. For instance, I've talked about Morgan Workman. She has a real estate investor who is the one, so she has a realtor who helped her set up the 401k, Jen Kiekel, and then she has a real estate investor from Nevada who's the one who is supplying the money for her platform. Relationships, other organizations. For instance, if you want to help kids with disabilities, you can work with several different organizations. You can work with Murray High School and Cottonwood High School and their super senior program. You can work with several different things like, I want to help kids with disabilities, and I'm going to help them through this organization and this organization. I suggest focusing on one if that's applicable, but you can do multiple. And then how are you going to tell others about it? How will you recruit others? That can be social media. That can say, I personally, we did several, like I would go and speak at like a Relief Society activity. So it was through a church organization. There's a lot of churches, whether it's, a conglomerate of the big church that's here, or whether there's other smaller churches. There are many churches that do stuff like that. And then make sure you have specific goals and don't worry about thinking about all of this. I have a very specific structure for you. Ready? I'm going to share it in just a second. Think of very specific goals, and I'm going to talk about goals in the next video of what you could do. For me, we wanted to create 10,000 acts of kindness through our chains of change. So every time one of the kids did something nice, they wrote it on a piece of paper and they put it on their chains. And by the end of the school year, we had over 10,000 chains of change. And so my goal was 10,000. Actually, my goal was 7,000. And we ended up having 10,000. And then with that goal, it was really cool because we took those chains and we showed it, like we put it out on the Arts Fest. And so people could see what actually happened. Yeah. And then on the end of the thing, have a conclusion. This is what with my goal of this is the way the world can be better. Something along those lines. Now, let me share my screen so that I can show you literally a layout that you are welcome to steal. I will add this to an email if you want. Okay, here's my screen. So this is literally a plug and play worksheet, your mission statement. So what are you going to call it? You can call it something snazzy if you want, but just make sure whatever you say, it's very, very clear on what the goal is. So your mission statement, I believe in a world where blank, my mission is to, and then I'm going to add I help people do, I help blank do blank through blank. Yeah? The problem you're solving. What is the problem? How do we solve it? And why does it? So, what is the problem and why does it matter? And what is your solution? How can you do this? How can you teach others? How can you, because there's two parts of this, right? There's teaching and then there's implementing. How can you make sure that people are actually implementing it? Yeah. Who are you helping, your target audience? We've kind of already talked about this. Your plan of action, what are you actually going to do? And then some goals. You don't have to have 3 goals, you can have 1, you can have 5. And then what resources will you need? Will you need volunteers? Will you need social media? Do you need to have money? Do you need to have supplies? Who else do you need to do to have on your team? And then how you'll measure that impact. The reason why I like this is because you need to be aware of I don't know. I think about all of this as you're being a brand ambassador for Miss America. And that includes the Miss America stage, and that also includes Marie City gives tens of thousands of dollars to Miss Marie every year. And they want Marie to be a better community through the Miss Marie program. And so we want to be able to tell them, hey, our Miss Marie did this, and this year. Keep giving us money so we can give scholarships, so we can recruit girls, so that we can keep doing this. So these are really, really helpful to think of before and after stories. If you're getting testimonials of, people who felt engaged and felt included, anything that you can do to show proof is super helpful. Now, if you're just getting started, you might not have proof yet, but you can set a goal to create certain types of proof. Yeah? And then your why me. So, and that's a great way to end it. I can do this because I have a niece with Down syndrome and I care about this community and I have 30,000 followers. This is like my sister has 30,000 followers on Instagram because of my niece. I have 30,000 followers on Instagram who can help me pursue this and share this message. So you are literally welcome to take this, copy and paste it, write it all out, and then take out the words in between, and that can be your CSI sheet. Now, this might have too much information because on your CSI sheet, make sure you keep it to 1 page, but that's just kind of how I would do it, is just do this worksheet, put it on 1 page, and submit it, because this will help you gather your thoughts, put it on paper, and then you can talk about it in your interview and put it into place when you become Miss Marie.